Alright, what's good? So today I decided to make Steph and Giannis both swap all their attributes plus their badges to see how their careers turn out. So Steph ended up being the two-way slashing playmaker, and Giannis is now a versatile offensive force. Alright, so we're gonna start from when they got drafted all the way up to now in 2023. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so in Curry's rookie season, he ended up being a 75 overall, and my boy averaged 14 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He had a solid rookie season, if I can say so myself, but the Warriors collectively as a team, as a unit, they was terrible, if I'm gonna be honest with you. They ended up missing the playoffs. But on the bright side, my boy Curry ended up winning Rookie of the Year, which was expected, if I'm being honest. But low-key, DeMar DeRozan almost took it from him, but almost has never counted. So we're not really worried about that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into year 2. Now in year 2, Curry ended up being 80 overall. He ended up averaging 19 points per game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. As you can see, progress has been made, but unfortunately, once again, the Warriors missed the playoffs again. They finished with a 37-45 record. Had a better season than they did last year, but it still just wasn't good enough. In year 3, Curry ended up becoming an 84 overall. He averaged 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. And my boy was all defensive first team this year too, on top of all that. But unfortunately, once again, the Warriors had another losing season. They went 32-50 and they missed out on the playoffs again. In year 4, Curry was on a mission. I'm not gonna lie, he ended up being a 91 overall, and bro averaged 27 points per game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. And he was an all-star for the first time this year. On top of that, bro, he went off the whole season. And not only did he see progress, but the whole team seen progress. They ended up going 52-30, bro. And now he making his first playoff appearance in year 4. And as you can see right here, Bron did end up winning MVP. But Curry was second in the voting for this and Defensive Player of the Year, which Bron won again. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the playoffs and see how it go. In the first round of the playoffs this year, Steph and the Warriors ended up going against the Los Angeles Clippers, bro. And in this series, Steph continued going crazy just like he was in the regular season, averaging 34 points per game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. But in the end, the Clippers was the better team, if I'm being honest with you, bro. They ended up winning this series 4-2 and sent the Warriors home, unfortunately. Steph did his part and Klay Thompson as well, but the rest of the guys need to step it up. But now we're on our way to next season where Giannis about to make his debut with Curry attributes. So let's see how it goes. In Giannis' rookie year with Curry attributes, he ended up being an 85 overall, and bro averaged 25 points per game, 6 assists, 1 rebound. And he won Rookie of the Year, but unfortunately the Bucks was trash and they went 24-58 and they missed out on the playoffs. But things ended up going a little different for Curry in the West, who ended up being a 94 overall this year. And my dog ended up averaging 25 points per game, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. And he won Defensive Player of the Year as well, bro. So he made up for last year. And the Warriors ended up going 50-32. Now they are making another playoff appearance this year. Now in the first round this year, Steph and the Warriors ended up going against the Los Angeles Clippers once again, bro. And Curry averaged 22 points per game, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. Him and Klay Thompson was doing their part this series, I'm not gonna lie, but unfortunately, bro, it wasn't enough. Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and the rest of the Clippers was going crazy. We had no answers at all. You know what I'm saying? They ended up losing the series 4-1, and the Clippers end up sending the Warriors back home once again. It's tragic, honestly, but it is what it is. We on the next season though. In the 2014-15 season, Wardell was going crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, 30 points per game, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. He was going crazy, and Giannis ended up being 89 overall this year, and he averaged 30 points per game, 7 assists, 2 rebounds, bro. Bro, they both had a great season, if I'm being honest, bro. And on top of all that, they was both all-stars playing on the same team too, so you know they went crazy, bro. But there is still some bad news. The Bucks still suck, unfortunately, so you know what I'm saying. 30-48, they ain't gonna end up missing the playoffs. But the Warriors, on the other hand, they end up going 56-26, and now they on their way to the playoffs once again, bro. So let's see what they can do. In the first round, the Warriors went against the Pelicans, and honestly, Curry's dominance continued this series, bro. They end up beating the Pelicans 4-2, and now they on their way to the second round. In the second round, the Warriors went against the Spurs, and honestly, everything was going Steph and Clay's way, but Kawhi Leonard was going crazy as well, and he was a big reason why the series ended up going to Game 7, but it was only so much one man could do, because the Warriors ended up winning this series 4-3, and now they made it to the conference finals versus OKC, and honestly, they didn't let up at all, bro. They got it done, ended up beating them 4-2 in this series, and now they on their way to the finals, bro. So let's see how it go. And in the finals, the Warriors ended up going against LeBron and the Cavs, and honestly, in Game 1, it looked like the Cavs was on a mission for real, but after Game 1, it looked like it was mission failed, if I'm being honest, because everything was clicking for the Warriors, bro. Everybody on the team did their part and everything. It was looking great for them, and they ended up going up 3-1 in the series, and this looked real familiar, and you ain't gonna believe what happened next, bro. The Warriors won, bro. Let me stop playing. I'm not gonna lie. And a big thanks was to Curry, bro, because in Game 5, his performance was great, bro. 40 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Bro had a great game, you know what I'm saying, going crazy, bro. And just like that, the Warriors are your 2015 NBA champs, bro. And Curry was finals MVP, but I'm pretty sure you already knew that, if we being honest, bro. He played great. There's no way he didn't win. But let's go ahead and get into next season and see if Curry and the Warriors can return, and if Giannis and the Bucks can finally make a playoff appearance. In the 2015-16 season, Giannis ended up being a 93 overall, and he averaged 32 points per game, 8 assists, 2 rebounds. And on top of all that, the Bucks made the playoffs this year, finishing with a 52-30 record, bro. So it's looking up for him right now. And Curry ended up being a 97 overall this season, bro. And he ended up averaging 31 points per game, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. And the Warriors ended up finishing with a 60-22 record. But that ain't all. Curry ended up winning MVP this season, but not only MVP, Defensive Player of the Year on top of that too, bro. He had a great year once again, bro. Everything looking up for him going into the playoffs, so let's see how it go. In the first round of the playoffs this year, the Warriors ended up going against DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings, and honestly, they never stood a chance, bro. They never had a chance at all. The Warriors ended up winning that series and sweeping them boys 4-0, time for them to go home. And for Giannis in the East, it wasn't too different when the Bucks ended up going against the 76ers in the first round. They never stood a chance either, bro. The Bucks ended up winning the series 4-1, sending the 76ers home, and now they only wait to the second round in Giannis' first playoff appearance. But things were a little different in the second round when the Bucks ended up going against the Indiana Pacers, bro. And even though Giannis was playing great this series, I cannot say the same for the rest of his teammates, unfortunately. But Paul George and the Pacers went off, bro, and the Pacers ended up beating the Bucks 4-1 in the series, and that's the end of Giannis' first playoff appearance. But now we're gonna make our way back to the West, where the Warriors ended up going against the Utah Jazz, and honestly, Steph and the Warriors left off where they started last series. They ended up beating the Utah Jazz 4-2 that series. Now they only way to the conference finals again. And in the conference finals this year, the Warriors ended up going against the number 1 seed OKC, and honestly, this series was easier than the one last year against them, bro. Curry ended up averaging 35 points per game, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, and the Warriors swept OKC, and now they making their way back to the finals once again. In the 2016 NBA Finals, the Warriors ended up going against the Indiana Pacers because the Cavs got whooped in the second round. You know what I'm saying? Tragic. But anyways, the Warriors continue to dominate in this series just like they did in every other series before this, bro, and show why they're the best team in the league, and they end up winning this series 4-2. And now Wardell and the Warriors went back-to-back NBA champs once again, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna get crazier next season. You should already know what's gonna happen, bro. But let's go ahead and get to it. In the 2016 through 17 NBA season, Giannis ended up being a 95 overall. He averaged 27 points per game, 8 assists, 3 rebounds. But unfortunately, the Bucks were trash this year, and they ended up missing the playoffs after making it last year for the first time with Giannis on the team. But Steph, who was also a 95 overall, and the Warriors cannot relate at all to the Bucks, bro. After adding KD to the team, things was going smooth. Curry ended up averaging 26 points per game, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. And the Warriors finished with a 54-28 record, and now they moving on to the playoffs again. In the first round, the Warriors ended up going to Game 7 versus the league MVP Anthony Davis and the Pelicans, bro. And he showed why he was the MVP, I'm not gonna lie. But in Game 7, the Warriors was able to pull it together and get the W. In the second round of playoffs, the Warriors ended up going against the San Antonio Spurs, and they ended up beating them 4-2 in this series, and now they're making their way back to the conference finals once again. In the conference finals, the Warriors ended up going against Oklahoma City Thunder once again, bro. In the Game 1, Russ went off for 38 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. He was going crazy, but Curry and KD was just too much for him to handle, if I'm being honest, bro. They ended up winning series 4-2, and now OKC are on their way back to the finals once again. It's third in a row for Curry and them, bro. In the finals, the Warriors ended up going against the Chicago Bulls, who got D-Wade, Jimmy Butler, and Rondo. And honestly, this series, the Splash Bro Clay and the Slash Bro Steph went off this series, bro. And the Warriors ended up winning this series 4-2. The Warriors are NBA champs once again, and that's 3 years in a row. In the 2017 through 18 NBA season, Giannis ended up being a 95 overall once again. He averaged 30 points per game, 8 assists, 3 rebounds. And once again, Giannis and the Bucks end up missing the playoffs, going 38-44. And Curry ended up being a 96 overall this year. He averaged 28 points per game, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and he was Defensive Player of the Year for the 3rd time in a row. And the defending champs ended up finishing with a 52-30 record, and now they on their way to the playoffs. In the first round of playoffs, things was going great for the Warriors as they blew past the Minnesota Timberwolves and swept them boys 4-0. You feel me? In the second round of playoffs, the Warriors ended up going against the number 1 seed Houston Rockets, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, this series went all the way bad for the Warriors. They couldn't do anything, no matter what. Even though Clay, Curry, KD was having a great series, bro, they still couldn't get past the Houston Rockets, bro. They was playing really good, bro, and they ended up beating the Warriors 4-1, and they ended up making their way to the finals, and they won on top of that too, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give James Harden his props, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, we're on the next season. In the 2018 through 19 NBA season, Giannis ended up averaging 29 points per game, 9 assists. He finished with a 55-27 record, and now they're making their way back to the playoffs. The Warriors went crazy this year, bro, and I'm not gonna lie, Steph's seen a little decline in points this year, but that's because it's not only him on the team, but you got Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and DeMarcus Cousins, bro. They went crazy this season. They couldn't be stopped for real. In the first round of playoffs, the Bucks ended up going against the Toronto Raptors, who had Kawhi Leonard, who ended up forcing the Game 7. But Kawhi's 30-point game performance in Game 7 helped them win the series. But in the second round of the playoffs, things did not work out for the Bucks when they went against the 76ers, and they ended up losing that series 4-2, and now they are eliminated from the playoffs, bro. Now, the Warriors' playoff experience was lovely this year, if I must say so, bro. It was really smooth. They didn't run into too many problems, and they easily made their way back to the finals once again, bro. The Warriors ended up meeting the 76ers in the finals, bro, and honestly, they beat them worse than all the other teams they played against in the Western Conference, bro. They ended up winning this series 4-0, sweeping them boys and finals MVP once again. In the 2019 through 20 season, Giannis ended up being a 97 overall, and bro ended up averaging 35 points per game, 9 assists, 3 rebounds, and the Bucks ended up finishing with a 48-34 record, and now they on their way to the playoffs. Curry also ended up being a 97 overall this season. He ended up averaging 24 points per game, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and the Warriors finished with a 52-30 record. And Curry also won Defensive Player of the Year again. You feel me? So shouts out to Wardell. You know what I'm saying? But we on to the playoffs. And although they both played great in the first round of playoffs, they also both lost in the first round of playoffs, bro. The Warriors losing to the Lakers 4-2, and the Bucks losing to the Atlanta Hawks 4-3. And Bron and the Lakers ended up winning the championship this year. But anyways, we on the next season. In the 2020 through 21 NBA season, it really was the same as last year, if I'm being honest with you. Both of them played great in the regular season, but when the playoffs came around once again, even though they did make it, they didn't really have too much success. The Bucks ended up losing to the Nets 4-3, and the Warriors ended up losing to the Utah Jazz 4-2. And this year, in the 2021-22 season, they both ended up being top 5 in the MVP race, even though neither one of them won it. Things was looking up for them, but injury slowed them down. But Curry still did win Defensive Player of the Year, and now they on their way back to the playoffs. And then the first round of playoffs this year, the Bucks ended up getting their revenge against the Atlanta Hawks, and they ended up beating them 4-3 in this series. Then the Warriors in the West ended up going against Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies, and honestly, it was too easy. They ended up sweeping them boys 4-0. But things went downhill when Giannis and the Bucks ended up going against the Celtics and a dynamic duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But meanwhile, the Warriors, they was going crazy, bro, having a great time as they got past the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns in the conference finals. And now Curry has a chance to get his 5th NBA championship in this simulation, bro. So let's see how it goes. And this year in the finals, Steph and the Warriors are going against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat, bro. And honestly, they couldn't be stopped. Everything was going the Warriors' way, bro. And they ended up winning this series 4-1, sending the Miami Heat home. And now Curry has 5 NBA championships and 5 Finals MVPs on top of that. All right, this is the final season in this video, bro. And I was hoping that they could go out with a bang, especially Giannis, because things ain't really went too great for him. I'm not gonna lie. Like individually, yes, but as a team, not so much. But unfortunately, the same old happened with him. He ended up losing to the Celtics in the first round, and Curry ended up losing to the Pelicans in the second round, bro. It's really, but Steph did win Defensive Player of the Year once again, so you know what I'm saying? It's better. He ended it better than Giannis did. Okay, now here's some of the things that Giannis was able to accomplish while having Curry's attributes. He was Rookie of the Year, a 9-time NBA All-Star, 5-time All-NBA First Team. He was All-NBA Second Team one time, and he was All-NBA Third Team one time as well. Now Curry was Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP one time. He won Defensive Player of the Year 6 times. He was a 5-time NBA champ, 5-time Finals MVP. He was All Defensive First Team 9 times. He was All NBA First Team 5 times. He's All NBA Second Team 2 times. He's All NBA Third Team 3 times. And that's really it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's the end of the video. If you did, go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But it's your brother AJ. I'm out, y'all. Be smooth.